is making it seem like Clarence just came ready for a fight, ready for a rumble, and really you started off with the weird energy. All he was doing was being direct with you. He asked you direct questions.
It's the difference.
He gave you direct eye contact.
Yep.
He did not beat around the bush.
Exactly.
And you folded like a lawn chair. You folded like origami.
Oop.
And packed you up.
Right.
Hey guys, welcome to our channel. If you're new, if you are not new, welcome back, Sugar and Spice gang. Today we will be reviewing Ready to Love season 4 episode 8. But before we do that, let's give a shout out to our subscriber of the week, Anisha 618. Anisha, we love your perspective. We love all the comments you've been dropping. You have some really great points. We're always reading. We're like, you know what? She's right.
You're right.
So keep on dropping them comments, girl. And thank you for watching. We appreciate you. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you get notified whenever we do new videos. Make sure you follow us on all our socials at Sugar and Spice 88 on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. All right, let's do this.
So we open up the scene. Instead of being in the ladies' lounge, we're in Tommy's home. Tommy and his wife come out. They're in coordinated outfits. And Tommy breaks the news to them and says that they have to introduce the guys to their exes.
Why do the guys get, meet my friends, that's going to say a bunch of nice things about me. And then the girls get, meet my ex, that you got to take it with a grain of salt, whatever they say about me. Why is it not equal? Why are we not leveling the playing field here? What's happening?
I actually posted a comment on one of the videos that Owen had posted, and one of the people commented under and says they alternated throughout seasons. So last season the girls met the guys' exes. This season the guys meet the girls' exes. But that's just dumb to me.
That doesn't make any sense.
I don't like that. Just do it all in one season.
Right. If I don't understand the alternating, but just either have it one season, they're both going to meet the friends, and the next season they're both going to meet the exes. Or
make it equal.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I don't like it. But yeah, Tommy says, pay attention to how they act, pay attention to see if they get jealous, and also try and get your ex's perspective on the guys.
Muy importante.
Yes. So then we start with Vernicia and Joelle. So Vernicia is going to introduce Joelle to her ex, which is David. Joelle comes in and he gives Vernicia a good hug, and he's just like, how you doing? What's going on?
You're looking good, girl.
Looking good, feeling good. Vernicia lets him know that David is here and David is her ex. And Joelle's like, what's going on there, guys? And I think that he played it off really well.
He did.
He was uncomfortable, but he took it with stride. David actually asked Joelle, they'll be out in the club. Vernicia be looking really good. She gets a lot of attention. Asks Joelle, is he jealous? Joelle's like, no, I'm not jealous at all. Then he's like, I'm going to reverse the question on you. I want to ask you, is Vernicia clingy? And David's like, no, she's not. Like, she's chill. Like, she's not clingy at all. So then they bring up communication. Vernicia brings up that they had a situation where Joelle was supposed to call her and let her know when he was done doing whatever he had to do for the day, and so they could go to dinner. So 3 hours pass and Joelle does not give her a call. So she calls Joelle, and now she's hangry. And she's like, yo, like, why didn't you let me know that you was gonna turn in for the night and that we wasn't gonna make it to dinner? Joelle's excuse is, well, if I didn't call you, then you should know. That makes no sense to me. That's not, like, so you're saying no communication is communicating?
He asked Joelle, so do you feel like you could, you guys could have handled the situation better? Yeah, I definitely could have. I could have paid attention to my phone if you know that y'all have plans, how are you not paying attention to your phone? I don't understand that. And then he's like, I gotta just remind myself, if we have plans that night, don't forget about Vernicia.
But why would you forget about her if y'all got plans that
That's
night?
why I was like, your answers are even very telling. To me, communication, everyone communicates differently, right? But just the communicating is like basic level stuff. Like, if I tell you I'm going to call you back, I'll call you back. Right. Communication. Right. I just don't understand how that just...
And then for us to argue about the basic level of communication.
Right. That's how you know it.
That's like, I'm banging my head into a brick wall because that's crazy.
So then we open up with Alexis and her ex Joseph meeting Ron. So Ron comes over and Alexis is in her confessional saying that,
yeah, I like Ron because he picked me and he chose me to be his number one.
Girl, stop saying that. It's not a good reason.
It's
please.
Not. It's embarrassing.
Yes, stop it. She introduces them, and then Joseph asks Ron, so if you guys had an argument, how would you handle that? He says, I argue logically like a man. It's just so weird how men just always pay. Well, women are emotional creatures. Yeah. Men are also emotional creatures. People are emotional creatures. We all feel different emotions, anger, sadness. We go through a multitude of emotions, hence emotional. So I don't know why you just attribute that to women, but go ahead with your stereotypes. Live your best life. Joe says, well, just so you know, even in an argument, Alexis still would need to know that's a thing for her. She needs to know that you still care, even if you're upset with her. Oh, well, yeah. Words of affirmation have never been my strong point. We know, Ron. You know why words of affirmation have never been your strong point? Because you do not think much of women.
You don't care.
Why would you give her words of affirmation? You don't have nothing for her. Ron asked Joseph, so are you you're a religious person? He's like, yeah. And then Ron goes, I can feel the religion coming off you. Am I right?
Wipe it off of me.
It's like,
why is it such a disgusting thing to you for someone to be religious?
If you don't believe, cool, do your thing. Right. Nobody's forcing you to believe anything. But don't be condescending.
Exactly.
Don't be cynical about it. Right. Don't make fun of it. Don't look down on it.
No.
And, talk about it like what you do is so much better than whatever they believe.
It's so funny to me how he talks to Alexis about being a judgmental Christian, but he is the judgmental,
super judgmental,
non-Christian. Like, you're exactly what you think that they are.
You're judgmental of women.
Yeah.
You're judgmental of anyone that has some type of faith.
Right.
So Ron's basically telling Alexis and Joseph that, I'm never going to be this super religious person. I'm never going to turn into a preacher. I'm not going to church 3, 4, 5 times a week. Nobody asked you to do that.
Who asked you?
She was talking about prayer and believing in God. Nobody asked you to become a full-blown preacher. You're stretching it, sir. He goes on to say that Alexis is let me read this because I need the exact quote so you can hear the stupidity. She's more of a spiritual, put it in the air, pray on it type of person. I'm not going to pray on it. I'm going to go get it. Why can't you do both? Why can't she pray on it and go ahead and get it too? Because that's how, you're judging it, but you know nothing about it.
Exactly.
In the Bible, it says faith without works is dead.
In all of your logic.
So it's basically saying you can have all the faith in the world, but you don't do what's necessary to get there.
Without work.
You're not going to get there. So it's not a just throw it up and woo.
I hope this happens for me. Like, do you not think that Alexis went to school? Do you not think that Alexis studied and to get where she is now? How do you think she supports herself? You think that she just prays for the money and it comes? Like, what are you talking about?
Also, even with the go and get it type situation, everything's not a go get it type situation. I just got to work harder at it type situation. If someone in your family is sick or hurting or something, what you going to get up and get?
Like,
you gonna go to school and become a doctor?
Exactly.
You gonna go get in the lab and work on a cure? What are we talking about? Let her have her faith.
It don't hurt nobody to pray. Like, you're literally not hurting anybody.
I don't understand. And it's like the way he says it is just such the most condescending tone. I don't just throw it up in the air and do your little hocus pocus like y'all do. You know, I actually go do something about it. Alexis, girl, throw him in the trash.
Right.
Kobe.
Seriously.
Throw him away. So the next scene, the ladies are meeting at the nail bar to just get some pampering and meet up and talk. Mm-hmm. So they're all getting drinks made based on the man that they're dating. And, you know, Liz is like, oh, I'm drinking a David. So Vernicia's drinking a Joelle. You know, Alexis is drinking a Ron, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
So then Vernicia says, how do you guys feel going through this process? You know, I realized I have a lot more emotions than I thought I did. Yeah. And, you know, Kyra basically says, okay, well, you're human. Like, you know, plus it's been a while since you dated. So, you know, you're getting back into those emotions, tapping back in, opening back up is difficult. Right. It's a difficult thing. So Alexis goes, you know, one thing I noticed? Nobody ordered an AJ.
Hey.
So then Vernicia goes, well, you know, speaking of AJ, I don't think Kyra's ready to let AJ go. Mm-hmm. So then Kyra's like, Vernicia. So then Kyra admits, like, no, I'm not ready to cut him off. There's still something there. So Liz comes out of nowhere and she said, you know what?
Can I get a Jason?
You know,
take one of those.
The kiss wasn't enough, so I need a little taste
of Jason.
Woo! I was like, y'all said Liz is what? Liz is stiff.
Ain't nothing stiff about Liz, okay?
That was hilarious.
Yo, I was dead. Kyra felt some type of way. Kyra was like, nah, yo, give me a David, yo.
Give me a David on the
rocks.
rocks.
David in here, okay? She want to come for me. I'm going to come for her. So now, we move on to Liz and David and her ex, Clarence.
I feel like this is what y'all came here for.
This is what y'all want. And we got what y'all want. So, Liz opens up to Clarence. She says that she's attracted to David's spirituality. But one thing that bothered her was when
I actually got a chance to meet his friends the other day. The date and everything was fine, but off camera, he kind of switched up on me. So what Yeah. What really hurt me and what really shocked me was off camera, David asked me what I did that day in front of his friends. And I told him, you know, I got a chance to meet Jason's friends, and he looked at me, he was like, oh, did you kiss Jason again? In front of his friends.
So David comes in, and David's like, hi, how's it going there?
Watch out there.
What's all going on here?
Hey, everybody, yeah.
Calm down.
I don't know. It's like being that you're walking in, you don't know who this person is. I was like, oh, he is excited.
So uncomfortable. He's so uncomfortable, but he doesn't know how to react. So he just smiles 3 times bigger and his voice gets 3 times higher. And it's like, you're bothered. Calm down.
So they all sit down together for dinner. And Liz's ex says, you know, it's a pleasure meeting you, but I do have some questions for you.
Oh, so it's not a pleasure anymore?
You all right, David?
Then you go into your confessional talking about straight out the gate, Clarence coming swinging. Like, no, you came swinging.
All he said was he had some questions for you.
Like, what's the issue?
They're friends. And you took it as him coming at you because you knew they were exes. If she would have never said they were exes and she would have just said, like, oh, they're friends, you would have been like, oh, he's looking out for his friend. But because they're exes and you're so paranoid, your mind already went there like, oh, he challenging me.
Right.
I see what's going on here. And then it got weird.
I got a question just to set the tone and the understanding the relationship. Last time that there was any level of intimacy with y'all.
That's how you want to set the tone for the night.
With all that insecure, awkward, unnecessary energy. That's how you want to set the tone?
So then Liz goes into her confessional and she's basically, you know, putting the puzzle pieces together to get the full picture. And she's saying basically, okay, so based off the fact that you just asked about me and my ex's level of intimacy and the whole Jason situation, you've been acting funny about that. I can now conclude that you're lying when you're saying that, oh yeah, I completely understand about Jason. You know, we're both out here dating. It's cool. Obviously you're bothered.
Shout out to Stacy. Stacy was right. David is unhinged.
We did say that we don't think he's healed all the way.
Right.
And that he probably has a lot of inner work to do when it comes to his past relationships and things like that. But we did also say that we thought Stacey was kind of over-exaggerating.
She wasn't over-exaggerating.
She wasn't. It is that bad.
It is that bad.
Then Clarence asked, so how important is communication to you in a relationship? He says, it's the most important thing in a relationship.
Come here. Come here.
Man, this was the smoothest bait I ever.
Yo, yes.
He was just dance for me, dance puppets.
Yes.
Yo, I was like, wow, this guy's good.
David went to a whole monologue because she has to be a safe place, and I need her to be a safe place for me. So then Clarence is like, okay, well, do you feel like you need to be that safe place for her as well? And David's like, of course, 100%.
I'm for sure a safe space.
You're not about to break this combination.
I'm the safest of
Nobody
spaces.
breaking out in this vault. I'm a vault. I'm a safe. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, because prior to your arrival, she shared with me, she told you something in confidence.
Okay.
Kiss with somebody else. And she felt betrayed that you mentioned it in front of your friends. How do you feel explaining you being a safe place after doing that?
Hello.
Make it make sense.
He goes, so this goes to Liz. And I felt like that was I don't have to explain myself to you. I'm going to go on ahead. Liz, baby girl, don't forget about him.
Right.
Then he just goes into showering her with all these beautiful compliments. You, my black queen, I put you on a pedestal. You up here. I'm here. You here. I never even met anybody like you. You Liz. I don't even know no other Liz's.
But last week he said Kyra, though.
He is making it seem like Clarence just came ready for a fight, ready for a rumble. And really, you started off with the weird energy. All he was doing was being direct with you. He asked you direct questions.
It's the difference
He
between
gave you direct eye contact. He did not beat around the bush.
Exactly.
And you folded like a lawn chair. You folded like origami.
Oop.
And packed you up.
Right.
And it just shows how, to me, that just shows like weakness.
This whole conversation and you being here and her being here, I want to like just kind of bring down the strength in the room right now.
So then, then it gets even weirder because after he says turn down the strength, the look on Clarence's face was hilarious. He was like, he says, turn down the strength? I'm an alpha. I don't know how to be weak, David. I was like, oh, snap, you gonna have to talk to you like that?
He said, well, you know what?
And well,
I'm gonna let y'all have this here. Y'all have a good rest of the night. Enjoy the rest of your dinner. And I will see myself out.
Then to make matters even worse, he goes into his confessional and says, we grown. I don't like that. Because as grown people, I feel like if there's an issue, we should be able to have a one-on-one conversation.
Do you now?
Oh, so you can bring up your issue in front of all your friends.
Right.
The first time Liz is ever meeting them.
Right.
But now you want a one-on-one because it's in reverse.
Funny how that works.
Interesting.
So now we go into the next scene, and Kyra is meeting with her ex Timothy and Jason. So Timothy is on Skype, and Jason comes in, and Jason asks, how is Kyra with, financial stability? And the ex actually has a lot to say. He says that she's not the best when it comes to being financially responsible and that Kyra can use some help in that area. Kyra goes into her confessional. She says, you know, her money management skills are not as bad as they used to be, but she's working on it. And that's pretty much it. They end off the date from there. And Kyra asks, yo, how do you like him? What do you think? And Timothy says that he thinks that they vibe well and that they look good together. Jason, on the other hand, leaves the date feeling like just a lot of questions have been like revealed to him. And now he's not sure about Kyra because is she the type to go on a trip and not have her bills paid? And I'm just like, okay, that's a reach. But, you know, these menses, girl, they a lot.
Different.
They are. So next scene, we go into Amber and Chris, and they're meeting up with Tony, which is Amber's ex. So Tony asks the first question. Tony asks, you know, how do you feel about kids? How do you feel about having a family? Chris talking about, he said he wants to start in lineup. He wants at least 5 kids. He said he okay with starting with 3, but he wants 5 kids.
Interesting.
5 kids, Chris? So you got 5 kids money, 5 kids daycare, 5 kids shoes, clothes, formula, food. What? 5 kids, Chris? Don't forget last season, there ain't a lot of money in radio, but you want 5 kids?
Said you do it for the love.
Okay. Amber says that she's okay with that. She's okay with having a big family. She goes to her confessional and she's like, I prioritize being a mother more than I prioritize being a wife. So that even lets me know that I can see Amber even like being taking a break from work to be home with the kids because that's how much she prioritized being a mom. And we all know that Chris ain't about that. Chris wants to split them bills. Yeah. So Amber, you might need to watch last season and see what you're really dealing with here. Then Amber brings up how her and Tony's relationship didn't last because Tony actually came out in their relationship and said that he was interested in men. So then Amber says, like, you know, she helped them through it. Now they're friends. They're better friends because of it, of everything that they went through. And then Chris and Amber leave off the date. Chris says he feels great. He feels so happy that he found out that Tony's interested in men. So, okay. All right. I don't know. It's the weakness for me. It's the insecurity for me. I just don't like that. Like, so now that you know that he's not interested in women, so now you're comfortable. You feel so much more comfortable. Like, why do you need to be comfortable with knowing that she wants to be with you, not that her ex is interested in men? Like, I just think that's whack. That's whack energy.
That was interesting. As soon as he said, yeah, I like men, he goes to his confessional. Yeah, that made me feel even more comfortable. I was like, woo!
Now. Like, oh. So now we are on a double date with AJ and Alexis and Liz and Jason. AJ sets up this double date because he says that he does not feel secure with his connection with Kyra because last week at the men's lounge, he hearing that Kyra kissing guys and all these people picking Kyra. So I guess AJ feels like he needs to make some connections himself. Jason says that Liz is growing on him and that he feels like he's getting a stronger connection with her every time they get together. But Jason, you're a liar. Because last week you was about to send her home for being stiff, so miss me with that. Yeah, you be lying.
If Chrysanthia wasn't acting the heck up last week, y'all would have said
it would have been Liz. So then Alexis explains her connection with AJ. She explains it as magical energy, butterflies. And she feels like AJ could be somebody that she could potentially fall in love with.
So she tells AJ that she hasn't let her guard down with him because she feels like he would definitely break her heart.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like she is saying that you haven't said, hey, look, I'm gonna pursue you, I like you.
But I haven't said that to anyone.
Remember in the review last week when I was like, AJ just be here. Or maybe it was a week before that, sorry. AJ just be here. He doesn't put in any effort because he's not used to putting in effort. I don't even know if he knows how to put in effort. He's like, I'm chocolate. Take it or leave it.
That's it.
And that's just it.
What I'm looking for is a person that made a decision in their heart just as much as I made the decision. I know I'm good enough. I know I'm all that in the bag of chips. I don't need you to tell me that.
Can I shut you up real fast?
Oh my goodness.
Okay. Come here.
Oh.
Hey!
Hey!
Now, I know y'all probably thought this was cute and everything. Cool. But to me, that just kind of proved Alexis' point to me that AJ's kind of a dangerous situation for her. Even in the elimination where Alexis sat him down and was like, yeah, so me and the girls got together and we were talking and we were thinking, and he sensed that it was kind of going possibly left for him. You never really, again, you don't really pursue her. You don't really show her that much affection. Now all of a sudden you want to put your arms around her and bring her close to you and grab her up.
Girl, come here.
When you think you're about to get eliminated. So of course Alexis get flustered and she forget whatever the heck she was saying.
Hat fell off.
Ooh, la Lord.
Oh God.
So then AJ says, look at me. Look at me. You see me looking at you? Look at me looking at you. Look at your man. Look at me. So AJ says, look at me, all right? I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're concerned about. But be here with me in this moment. Me and you and me. It's us. It's us, baby. I just want you to know I'm serious about my pursuit. Yeah, I haven't shown you anything that would make you possibly think that this whole entire time, really. But I'm serious.
Okay.
About you, girl.
All right. So now we are back at Nephew Tommy's house. All the girls are here to deliberate. So Tommy opens up with Vernicia. Vernicia says that she and Joelle met her ex, David. And they got along pretty good. They're both from Louisiana, so they bonded over that. Joelle asked if Vernicia was clingy, and David answered and let him know that she's not clingy. And they all kind of got a better understanding, so her date went really, really well. Then Tommy moves over to Alexis. And Alexis says that she didn't like how Ron brought up that he felt that Joseph was dripping in religion. She didn't like how Ron said that we could just, y'all could pray about it and throw it in the air, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do something about it. So at that point, Tommy is like, okay, so I mean, every Sunday you're going to get to this point and you're going to end up in the same spot. How does that make you feel? Alexis says, I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, at the end of the day. But at the end of the day, Tommy says, when you take God out of the equation, where does that leave you?
That's not benefit of the doubt.
It's not.
Benefit of the doubt is like, I don't know. I saw him talking to another woman and you're like, oh, that's nothing. Like, that's
I'll
a
give
friend.
him the benefit
I'll give
of
him
the
the
doubt.
benefit of the doubt.
When he
I'll
gets home,
trust
I'll ask him.
Exactly. Benefit of the doubt is not, this is the deal breaker for me. I
Right.
believe in God. I feel like my partner needs to believe in God. I want to raise my son in the church. And he completely doesn't believe in anything I'm talking about. So I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. Benefit of the doubt to do what?
So then we move on to Liz. And Liz is like, child.
Oh, stress.
Ugh, it was intense stuff. Clarence was a big brother. He acted great in the situation, but she actually opens up and tells the group that, David tried to out her in front of his friends and embarrass her, which honestly, that's exactly what you did.
Yeah.
You really was trying to put her on Front Street and embarrass her. And that's really not cool for you to try and do something like that when she's trying to meet your friends for you guys to potentially be in a relationship. Like, why sabotage it like that, David? That makes no sense.
Hey, friends, this is the girl I'm interested in. Girl, I'm interested in here's friends. Oh, friends, by the way, she be out here kissing all these other men.
Why sabotage it? And she says that she was unwise with her words. She should never have said that David has her heart. She should have said that David has her deep interest. And Tommy goes and he says, same question that he asked the guys last week. If you had to choose today, who would it be? So Kyra says Jason. Liz says Jason.
Oh, how the tables have turned.
Mm-hmm. Vernicia says Joelle. Amber says Chris. Alexis says, well, we had a double date with AJ and Jason and Liz. And what happened on that double date was,
It's like, girl, you don't just answer the question.
AJ planted one on me. And Kyra's like, ugh, she's taking a shot
Woo!
back. She can't handle it. Because now at this point, Jason, Liz wants Jason now. Alexis has a connection with AJ, so now that's starting back up. So it's like Kyra's like, yeah, she getting tipsy in that corner. Yeah. So now we move on to the elimination dates. So we'll start off with Alexis and Ron's date. So right off the bat, Alexis tells Ron that, you know, she didn't like how he said the whole throw a player up in the air. He didn't like how the whole dripping in religion thing. And, you know, that's how she wants to lead her family. She wants to lead her family with prayer. So she didn't appreciate those comments coming from Ron. And Ron says, well, at the end of the day, I'm a leader in my divine masculinity. I'm a leader. So I don't know if you had that in your life or in your presence at all, but that's me.
Wow, what the heck what?
What are you talking about?
What are you talking? I'm talking about you being condescending towards me and well, her ex, but her friend and our religion and what we believe in. What are you talking about? What kind of response is that?
Right. So then Alexis finally tells Ron, like, yo, you know, at the end of the day, you're my number one because I was your number one. Ron don't like that. Rightfully so. Ron just says, well, to me, that just seems like you just needed validation from me, and I don't really know how well that sits with me. So then Alexis goes left, and Alexis says, well, did you only make me your number one because of what I could offer you? And then Ron goes left, and Ron says, Trick, you can't offer me. He didn't say Trick. Ron said,
yo, he laughed harder, like a good chuckle, yo.
Yes.
A good hearty from the belly laugh. you can't offer me anything. What could you possibly
offer me? I'm Ron.
Okay.
I guess you have your own.
Why are you what?
I guess he has ovaries and a vagina too. I don't know. I mean, I guess
just your number one. Now I have nothing to offer you.
So I guess you could be a companion all on your own. So I guess you could take care of yourself whenever you're sick. I guess you could talk to yourself whenever you're lonely because you don't need nobody.
What does that sound like? You don't value what? Say it with me. Women.
So then at this point, they're at an impasse, and Alexis says, you know what? You're condescending. At the end of the day, that's the word I have for it. You're condescending. And Ron says, well, you're more condescending than me. I know you are, but what am I?
Right.
Like, what is I'm like?
So we went from me, you, you're my number one, to reload.
Yo, shots fired.
It's
a massacre.
It was a very hot mess. So I'm safe to say that that's it for them.
Yeah.
That's, wrap that up.
Right. Then we go to the elimination with Liz and David. And if cringy was a scene, it was this scene. So David goes into his confessional and he's ready to share some things, He's ready to uncover some things with Liz. So he wants to take this opportunity to do so. Liz starts talking. She says, okay, so David says, let me lead. And then Liz is like, no, sir, I want to start. I was talking already. Let me finish talking.
I feel like Liz handled herself so well. She just kept a very calm tone. She was like, you're a gentleman, right? So you would want the lady to speak first, right? She was really trying to be like, please do not make this any worse and cringy and more embarrassing than it already is. Please just stop right where you hit the brakes right now, please.
But David just
can't.
He can't. But at the end of the day, she called you to meet up with her. You have not taken the opportunity to call her this whole time, and now you want to leave. You should have led with calling her after that date. So now let her talk.
Exactly. When she call you up and say, I want to talk to you. Okay, she says she want to talk to you. Now you want to jump in. Let me just cut you off right there.
No.
Let me just say something real quick.
No. So then we end off there. To be continued.
I was so mad they ended the episode.
Predictions. Like give us your predictions. Who's going home?
David's gonna cry.
David, yeah.
He's gonna have a mental breakdown.
Yeah.
Because he's so unsteady.
Yeah.
And so much has happened over what seems like the span of the last week. with the Jason kiss. That's where it started to already crumble. And then, you know, the meeting the friends, and then it would just unravel from there to the point where we are now. And I feel like Liz was like, wow, who are you?
Yeah, a lot has been revealed to Liz.
And it's like sometimes once you see the other side, you can't just jump back out and see that person the same way all the time. So I think she's reached that point, and she's like, yeah, this is not.
It's not, and she's right. But let us know in the comments, who do you guys think is going to go home? Do you feel like Alexis has good reason to send Ron home? Do you feel like Liz has good reason to send David home? Do you feel like, you know, both guys are misunderstood and we are reading too much into it? Let us know in the comments what you think. And also, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so that you can know when we drop a new video. And also be sure to follow us on our social medias at Sugar and Spice 88 on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and Facebook. And we look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Bye.
Good morning. Good energy. Today we gonna spread good energy. Today we gonna share good energy. I go to work. Today gonna be a great day. Wake up, thank God, drink water, meditate. First 5 minutes will dictate your whole day. All about that positivity and raising up your frequency.